Welcome back to Zandvoort in Holland, and we're looking at the scrap for 7th position. At the moment, it's Nick Hull who leads Steve Potts. These two have been battling hard all the way through the first 10 minutes of the race, and we're into the second half now. And this is the view from the 4th place car. J.M. Littman looking at Cliff Graham being harassed by Will Sharp. Will Sharp, the ex-MG racer. From Radcliffe-on-Trent is Will, owner of Wayside Adhesives, ex-champion in the MGs. Cliff Graham passes one of the struggling 924s. I think that might be... Oh, Cliff, he's gone off! Now what's happened there? Cliff Graham goes off. Was there contact? There is now. Cliff Graham's off on the dirt. And the second place man is out of the race. And it's Will Sharp into second. J.M. Littman goes third. Here's a replay. But there was a moment leading up to that. Will Sharp got into contact, I'm pretty sure. Nothing intentional there, very rarely is in motor racing, unless of course the red mist comes down severely. And Cliff Graham finds himself sadly out of the race. J.M. Littman now challenging for second position. So it's Will Sharp there. Then Steve Boyle's in 4th place, and he comes down to the outside line at Tarzan. But slightly better on the brakes, and of course with the advantage of going on the inside line is Will Sharp running in second position. This is the view from Phil Waters' past. Phil Waters passed by Anthony Mekvinsky. That was for 3rd base in the 924s. At the moment, Alistair Kirkham and Simon Hawksley ahead of those. So J.M. Littman, the ex-Caterham star, seems to find himself now with an opportunity perhaps to challenge for second place. He's, I think, pacing himself towards the end of the race here, and he's starting to try and line up Will Sharp. So here's the view from JM's car again. Will Sharp had 3 second places at the first round, second position in race 5 of the championship, and 5th at Silverstone. So he's only been off the podium so far once this year. It looks like he's going to get another one. He seems to have found a very good sparring partner here in J.M. Littman. So JM trying to close him down. The Webhead's boss sharing the car this year, so we haven't seen him do all the rounds. As we go back to the scrap between Steve Potts and Nick Hull, and Potts closing up very, very closely here. The 25 car starting to put pressure on. He's found the inside line. There he goes, he's through. Nick Hull's been passed, so Steve Potts returns the favour from earlier on in the race. There is the view from the stricken Cliff Graham machine. I think Cliff's waiting for a recovery truck to perhaps get the car away. So the race leaders into a little bit of backmarker traffic, Bernie Printy being one of those. So out of Harry Lyondike corner, down the main straight once again, and reeling off another lap. J.M. Littman trying hard, but so too is the Logson Group backed Richard Styron. Ian Loggy making it possible for Richard Styron to come here and race, and he is pretty much on his own at the moment. We'll see how he gets on in the reverse grid race later on, because, well, that's assuming that he can deliver the goods in race 2. Here comes the rescue vehicle for Cliff Graham, and of course we have to thank the Dutch marshals and many of the BRSCC marshals for coming over and working with us. Quick shot of Philip Waters, who has a moment off, and I think that's going to hurt his battle for 3rd place in the 924s. But lights ablaze in case there is any more traffic for the race leader, Richard Styron, the reigning champion, 42 years of age from leaders. J.M. Littman goes for the lead. Side by side they go. Steve Boyles is coming up in the mix as well. It looks like Littman's car is working slightly the better in the closing stages. He's all over the back at the moment of Will Sharp. Sharp gets the turn in. The advantage of being front is that you can grab the line. It's not a massively wide circuit as the battle for the productions carries on. 79 Julian Brown being chased by Rebecca Jackson. So we can see that they're scrapping all the way down the order. Rebecca seems to have caught Julian Brown, so the lady racer, 30 years of age from Reading, in her 2nd season with us, running very well, ran in the 924s last year and already has got a win and seems to be trading wins and fastest laps with the man who's in front of her at the moment. Cliff Graham's car gets towed away as the battle for second place goes past. Will Sharp still there. J.M. Littman snapping at his heels, wanting that second position. Got to be mindful, JM, because he's got a little bit of pressure now starting to build from Steve Boyles behind him. Remember, Steve Boyles, the winner of round one. Littman's going to try and get the run out of Airy Lion Dyke corner, down the main straight, looks down the inside, and now switches back to the outside. Will Sharp getting very defensive indeed, right off the racing line. Moves out a little bit, so a slightly conservative line from the second place driver as they go round Tarzan. Tarzan, the mirror of the corner, of course, of the same name at Rockingham, where we were at event 1 of the championship. And on board with JM again, up through the climb as they go through Hugenholtz. Wonderful corner, lovely climb, and Littman looks to the left, thinks about looking to the right, but at the moment he hasn't got an answer. The next corner is going to be the left-hander, and then back into the right-hander at Skyvik corner. Philip Waters goes past Anthony Mekvinsky, outbreaks him down into the corner. Waters takes third place, back on board with JM Littman, and he's got the inside run out of the last corner, down the straight, across the line. JM Littman into second position. That was a very clearly well thought out manoeuvre by Littman to take second place. We can see the car of Cliff Graham has now been moved right up to the barrier rather than being at an angle to the barrier, so that car is safe. Nick Hull still chasing Stephen Potts, of course, those two in 6th position now as we go back to the race leader. Richard Styring looking for his 5th win in succession, his 5th win of the 2013 season. JM Littman's going to get his first podium if he stays where he is. This is the battle for third place in the 924s, and it's been a cracker between Anthony Mekvinsky and Philip Waters. And down behind them is Richard Styring. This is the view from Nick Hull, still trying to close in on Steve Potts ahead of him. Haven't seen too much of Arjo Josh, have we? But look at that, Nick Hull having a very good go there to try and take 6th position. Comes offline, loses a little bit of momentum. Stephen Potts hangs on to 6. I was starting to say about Arjo Josh ahead of them, the Sussex-based driver in the white Boxster. We saw him at the start. Still shenanigans with the 924s. And Anthony Mekvinsky goes across the gravel in front of the race leader. That could have caused a problem for Richard Styring, who I think sees it in good time. He's got a good lead, so 5 seconds or so lead at the moment, so he manages to get past. Philip Waters will be the next target for him as he comes up across the line. Here he comes and takes the win. Richard Styring it is. Another win for him. JM Littman's going to take 2nd position. There he goes. He's delighted with that. His first podium in Porsche racing. Cracking stuff for him. Will Sharp takes 3rd. That's his 5th podium of the season. And here comes the battling pair for 6th and 7th. Steve Potts still ahead of Nick Hull. Steve Potts, these two have had a cracking race. And it is going to be Steve Potts coming home to take 6th position here at Zandvoort, the first race here for these drivers. 924s of production guys still involved in their race, and it's Simon Hawksley there in the black number 3 car who's going to take the honours in the 924s. So Simon Hawksley, this is going to be his first win of the season. He's taken 2 podia so far, and he's going to be very, very pleased to win it on this very challenging circuit, as too was Richard Styring, who takes the win from JM Littman. Will Sharp in 3rd place from Steve Boyles. Arjo Josh in 5th from Steve Potts. Simon Hawksley takes the 924 win. Alistair Kirkham in 2nd and Phil Waters in 3rd. The production's going the way of Rebecca Jackson, who overcame Julian Brown in the later stages to take her 2nd win of the season.
JM, quite an exciting day for you.
Yeah, great race. What a great circuit. Beautiful sunshine, great racing. I couldn't be over the moon happy. Very happy.
Okay, and I understand that you were pretty much instrumental in getting everybody over here. Is that the case?
Yeah, we did a great deal with Stenaline. They gave everyone an incredible discount, and we're pretty much across the whole BRSC packet. So we're really, really happy. Thank you, Stenaline, for sorting us out, and of course, thank you to all my sponsors. We just had an engine rebuild with Perfect Touch, and Catalyst and Liberty 2, and of course, Webheads, which is my company, also a series sponsor. So great, really great weekend. Lovely hospitality by the Dutch here. We can't wait to come for race 2.
And second place.
Yeah, P2 was great. I mean, we got mixed up second, third, fourth, and we let Rick get away. It was like, no, let's not let Rick away. Can't let him win a game. But second race, I'm going to be starting alongside of him. We've got to make it more interesting for him. He must be bored leading, right?
Richard, pretty much Mr. Unstoppable, I'd say.
I think I had quite a fair bit of luck in that race. I knew that second, third, fourth, and fifth on the grid were up for a very sort of exciting race, and they wanted to get stuck in, and we're at a famous race circuit, so I knew the key was to get a good start, and then I looked behind and they were fighting, which is what I hoped. So I think I had some good fortune.
Good start. You were like quarter of a lap ahead.
I think I matched the revs right on the car and got a good start, and then I knew once they started to hold each other up, it's a little bit easier when you've got a gap at the front. So I'm delighted, and the team had given me a perfect setup.
Well, we've talked to one or two drivers and they seem to be plotting against you for the next race.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's nice that the Porsche series is out in Zandvoort. The weather's been beautiful. Bar a little bit of car damage, everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
Well, from our perspective outside on the circuit, that was quite an exciting race. How was it for you?
Really exciting, on probably the most exciting track that I've ever raced on. Real nice, close racing. A bit of bumping and boring going on, but nothing that people aren't used to, and real nice race.
Good. And so, how do you think things are going to go tomorrow? Because everybody's trying to gang up on Rick Starring.
Yeah, I think we're closing the gap on him. Definitely, people are getting closer with different setups and things, and the key is just going to be if he can get somebody on him from the beginning and not let him get a 2 or 3 second lead after the first lap, then he's going to start making mistakes, because he's only human at the end of the day.